Autumn had arrived. The leaves on the trees were covered in gold, the wind lifting them high and bringing them down, twirling and spinning them along the ground. Raindrops now pounded the windows of the houses more frequently, reminding us of the lingering autumn rains, and the sun peeked out from behind the clouds less and less often. But today it was sunny and warm in the yard, and after school, Danya happily took his friend, the red-haired Red, for a walk in the forest, which was located very close. They ran joyfully, jumping further and further. The sun was shining brightly, a slight breeze tore off the yellow leaves, and they flew towards him. Happy Red raced on and on. The unfamiliar scents of the autumn forest beckoned, and the yellow leaves swirled around him as if inviting him to play with them. Then, under a tree, he saw a red cap. Yes, it was a mushroom cap, a fly agaric, showing off its luxurious red cap with white dots. Further on, more and more mushrooms, but their caps were already reddish and brown, but just as attractive. A knocking sound came from above. Red looked up and saw a bird with black and red feathers, a woodpecker. It was intently tapping on the tree bark and paying no attention to Red. Red ran on and on, no longer hearing Danya calling him because everything here was unusual and interesting. Among the leaves, he saw an ant who was already very close to his home, the anthill. He was dragging a blade of grass to close the entrance to the anthill. Red didn't bother the hard-working ant and rushed on, seeing a sun-drenched clearing. A small gray hare sat in a clearing near a stump. Red ran up to it happily and examined it. The hare looked at Red with amusement, but he didn't even bark at it, just ran around, wagging his tail as if inviting him to go further with him. The hare's fear quickly vanished. Their eyes spoke of friendly intent, and together they joyfully followed deeper into the forest. A fox's red coat flashed through the trees, and in a flash, she was already near a bush. Sniffing the air and suddenly began digging rapidly. She had found a mouse hole. A mouse sat deep in the hole, blinking its eyes in fear. The fox crouched, expecting the mouse to jump out in fright. At that moment, Red, spotting the fox, rushed toward her, barking, his hunter instinct kicking in. The fox twitched her tail in frustration and ran away. The mouse sighed with relief. He was saved. All this time, they were being watched by a worried mother hare, the baby hare who was hiding under a bush. Seeing his mother, the baby hare jumped towards her, and Red ran on. Running between the trees, he heard a plaintive meow. Without thinking, he ran toward the sound. At the bottom of a fairly deep hole, he saw a small kitten. It was meowing pitifully. Its fluffy white fur was quite dirty, clearly indicating that it had been trying to escape the hole, but was having no success. But what seemed impossible for the kitten turned out to be quite simple for Red. Without thinking, he jumped into the hole, carefully took the kitten, and jumped out of the hole with him. Red carefully placed the kitten on the ground and sat down in front of it. They looked at each other, the kitten with fear, the puppy with curiosity. The kitten was still scared, but gradually began to come to its senses. Red leaned over the kitten, and the kitten felt his wet nose and hissed at Red. but he simply decided to give it a friendly lick to calm it down. And the kitten finally came to its senses. Red recognized the baby. After all, it was the kitten of the cat that lived in the house where Red lived. While the mother cat went looking for food, the kitten immediately decided to explore the forest, which was very close to the house. The unfamiliar autumn scents of the forest excited him and drew him so far from home, and then he came across this hole from which he couldn't climb out on his own. But now it was all over. Together, they joyfully walked on, and soon Red smelled the familiar scent of home and saw Danya running toward them, followed by his mother cat. Looking back, they saw a mouse with his mother mouse and a bunny with his mother hare standing at the edge of the forest, gazing after them with gratitude until the happy Red and the kitten disappeared from sight.